thinking the unthinkable. Isn't that the job we are all paid to do day by day? A professor walks into his class and said, I'm going to test you today. Each and every student got a paper with exactly this point. The professor asked his pupil to describe what they realize at this piece of paper. And 1 week later, he came up with the result. He said, today, I know everything about the black point, but nobody wrote about the white part, about 98%. And that's exactly what we are doing regarding capital markets. We are always focused on short-term risks, short-term political events, scandals, but we don't focus on the normal things, on the good things, because they don't get any kind of headlines in your newspapers. Look, we already heard about all the political risks. We know everything in Germany about Le Pen, about Geert Wilders, about Beppe Grillo, but hardly any German knows Mark Rutte. He's just a boring guy doing his job. He's not flashy enough. He's not risky enough. We have to concentrate on the probabilities of risk and reward. And I would argue the risk of a leftist politician and a leftist government in Germany are much higher than the risk of one of these three people to end up as president or prime minister. All the scandals. When I'm sitting together with my friends and trying to convince them to invest in equities, they end up, well, Philipp, look at all the scandals happening. Look at Volkswagen. Look at the banks. Look at the utility companies. And then I ask back, and what's about the 85% of companies just doing their job and performing brilliantly? You know certainly Warren Buffett. I would argue Warren Buffett is by far the best living investor. When Warren Buffett was born, the Dow Jones index was below 100. Today it's 21,000. It's all driven by inflation and an annual growth of returns and earnings by companies of 6%. Nothing magic, just compounding. We should think about normality, about the key drivers of our economy, and invest that way. Equity capital is performing by default better than credit. And last but not least, if you are investing in equities, in funds, you are not disturbed in the middle of the night because a toilet is broken at one of your interest rate houses. It's easy. But still, investors are not buying into it. In Germany, only 7% of the population owns direct or indirectly equities. It's frightening. Lucky you. Lucky you, because you are Belgian investors. You have great consultants, and that's the reason your wealth, your liquid net worth, is positioned number 5 on the global scale. So I think everybody should realize that around this little red circle, you have so many positive impacts, you now have to start focus about.